And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Do you know anyone that's stuck in a rut? You know what a rut is? It's a coffin with the two ends knocked out. You don't want to be stuck in a rut. Nobody wants to be stuck in a coffin with the ends knocked out. Let's get out of that rut today. How's it sound? You ready to get out of it? Let's get out of it. So many times over the past 18 months to 2 years, I've heard people say, well, I'm depressed, I'm down, I have anxiety, I have things overwhelming me, and I'm there. And this is true. These people are there. They are there. Have you heard this? Maybe that person's you. Maybe you know somebody like that in your family. And the question is, what can you do about it? How do you get them back on their game? How do you get them out of that rut, that coffin with the ends knocked out and sitting there, right? How do you get them back to living? And this is a question a lot of us are faced with friends and family members. And there are things we could do. And today I'm going to share with you a personal story. Imagine that. Phil sharing a personal story to make a point. So there I was. My son shared with me that he became disenfranchised with high school. And imagine a lot of parents are going through this in the past couple of years here during the pandemic, that they have a child in school that's become disenfranchised with their school. And so as we sat there and talked about it, in the meantime, as he's disenfranchised, it's showing in his grades, it's showing in his work. And his mother and I are asking ourselves, what can we do to help him get out of this rut? Because he's really getting depressed and he's just not following through, and all he wants to do is sleep. And maybe you know somebody like that. So what we asked is, and we thought about, well, what is he passionate about? And if you've listened to the show enough times, you realize that, Dale Carnegie found out that enthusiasm is a little recognized secret of success. That's what he figured out after studying all these people like Abraham Lincoln, who said most folks are just about as happy as they make up their mind to be. So really what it comes down to is people who get stuck in these funks don't know how to get out. If you ask any of them, do you want to get out of the funk? Do you want to get out of that mode that you're in and have things go better? They're going to say, yes, I just don't know how, right? So how is the operative word? So how do we help people do this? Well, what we do is we help them find their passion. We help them find the things that they did really good, that they really enjoyed, that they got accolades for and appreciation for. And so what we did, like any concerned parents and parents who are engaged and you're concerned about your children and other people in your lives, get engaged with them. Have those conversations with them. Think about things that they've done and have them share with you things they've done in their life that brought them happiness and joy. Things that they did that brought them a feeling of purpose and contentment. And what you're really steering toward is, what were they passionate about? What is it that they did in their life? They look back and say, wow, that was really cool that I did that. And it was interesting because our son shared with us, he goes, that flight experience I had going up in a plane, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we said, well, what if we could make it to right now to bring that to the forefront? What if we could make it all work where you could complete high school and become a pilot all at the same time? And he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah way. Why not? We just have to put our heads together and figure out how. Remember, the operative word is how. How do we do this? So all of a sudden, it's like somebody flipped on a light switch in my son. And he was fired up and he was passionate. And now here he is. He's like, yeah, let's figure this out. So we started exploring the options. And so my son, while still in high school, moved to Georgia. Yeah, he moved to Georgia, the state of Georgia. And he went to flight school down in Georgia while finishing his high school completion online. How cool is that? So by the time he graduated high school, not only did he graduate with his high school diploma, but he also graduated by becoming a pilot. Now with that, he has been passionate ever since and going on with his education and working through classes, and he has a zest for life again. So what can you take from this? Well, from a personal story, I share this wisdom with you every time you tune in here of stuff that works. Because I don't share. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to share. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of your time. And that's why you listen to this show. Because it's real. It's honest. That's coming straight from the heart. I'm going to share it with you. And this worked for my son. So I'm going to challenge you to sit down and talk to people. Find out what their passions are. Ask them what they did in their life that they really enjoyed. How did it make them feel? Why did they feel that way? That's a good question. Why did you feel that way and really pause about when you were going through it? To get them to understand they have had these feelings. They have been through these situations. And that's something we can build on with every human being in our life, that we want to have a better intentional life. So as you think about the friends in your life, and maybe it's you, ask yourself, what were you passionate about? What did you love that you did in your life? And as you think about this, I want you to write down 3 different things in your life that you were passionate, had a good time with, and ask yourself why. And then ask yourself the most important question: how will you make that happen now? And if you believe it, you will achieve it. And you will find that passion, you will find the success, and then anxiety and depression will be a distant thing in the rearview mirror. Now go make it happen. You deserve an intentional life.